Bo trapped me in the parking garage with a crowbar, told Ela her friend Jeremy passed away. So, picture this. One ordinary morning, I'm heading into the gym, when a woman I barely know offers me $300 cash, no questions asked, just to pretend to be her workout partner for an hour. Sounds easy, right? What I didn't know was that this seemingly simple favor would plunge me into a waking nightmare, one that had already brutally ended someone else's life mere hours before I said yes. It was Leia, and she was desperate. She told me her ex, Bo, had been stalking her, sending her photos of herself at the grocery store, the library, her yoga class, always from a distance, but a chilling reminder that he was watching. The gym, her last sanctuary, had been off limits for weeks. She couldn't live like that anymore. She just needed insurance. Bo had a restraining order, but it only worked if witnesses were around. You should see what he did to the guy I dated after him, she said, her voice barely a whisper, a dark hint of what was to come. I mean, $300? I really needed that money. I figured it was probably just paranoia anyway. For the first 20 minutes, it was normal. Leia started to relax, actually smiling during her warm-up stretches. She kept glancing at the door, but gradually, she stopped, focusing on her workout like she was rediscovering what it felt like to not be afraid. Around 7:45, she even laughed. Maybe I was being paranoid. Bo's probably moved on. Honestly, I wasn't hating spending time with her. When she kept apologizing, I told her it was fine, and I genuinely meant it. I even caught myself thinking this might be a cute story for us later if I played my cards right. But then the door opened, and Bo walked in. In that instant, I understood Leia's fear. He was massive. The kind of guy who didn't need steroids because pure, unadulterated rage was enough to fuel him. His eyes, cold and predatory, immediately locked onto Leia. His whole posture shifted, like an animal catching a scent. Leia froze mid-rep, whispering, "He found me," before forcing herself to keep moving. Bo went straight for the bench press, directly facing us, loading 4 plates on each side like they were nothing. Between sets, he'd stare right at me, flexing in the mirror, making sure I saw every bulging muscle, the gothic death before dishonor tattoo on his neck pulsing with his heartbeat. 10 minutes later, he moved to the free weights, picking the rack right next to ours. So close I could see the veins throbbing in his neck, could smell the metallic tang of his pre-workout mixed with cheap cologne. When Leia tried to move across the gym, he followed 30 seconds later, maintaining exactly 15 feet. It was his way of showing he could control himself, but he chose to stay close. He wasn't even breathing hard, despite throwing around weights I couldn't budge. Every time I touched Leia's shoulder to spot her, Bo would slam his weights down, hard enough to make everyone look, then pick them up and do it again, each slam getting louder. At one point, he walked past us to get water and shoulder-checked me hard enough to knock me sideways. "Sorry, bro," he said, that huge, fake smile plastered on his face, while Leia grabbed my arm to steady me. His hand lingered on my shoulder for a second too long, squeezing just hard enough to hurt, and he leaned in, his breath hot on my ear, whispering, "Careful, these floors are slippery." Leia was shaking uncontrollably. Bo had moved to the cable machine directly behind us, pulling the entire stack with one arm while still staring me down. He started talking and then, the part that shocked everyone, watch full story.